Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Career Happy Hour. We are so excited for another episode of Career Happy Hour and another amazing guest co host tonight. As you can hopefully hear in the background, I'm experimenting with something a little bit different, and I'm trying to do some royalty free music so that I don't upset nobody with the royalties. So hopefully you can hear a little bit of jam in the background as we wait on a few individuals to come on and get that alert to jump on in. We have such a growing community. I am just so honored that the word is spreading. People are telling other people about the amazing things that they're learning at Career Happy Hour, and they're having them come on in and join this community that we have. So really appreciate everyone who is sharing all of the news about the community that we have growing here. And we have, oh my goodness, Kimiko, I really do believe that I need to get you a prize for you are probably the first viewer that comes in on a consistent basis. So I'm going to work something out for you, my cousin, because you are definitely representing. So really appreciate you jumping in from Montgomery, Alabama. So excited to have you here. We're going to give it a few more minutes and we're going to get started here in just a little bit. But Kimiko has already set the role model here, the example. As you come in, comment with your name, where are you tuning in from, and if you like to share, please let us know what are you sipping on, because it's happy hour. So hopefully you have either a cocktail or a mocktail or something in your hand to sip on as we go ahead and get started. And just a reminder for those that are popping in, make sure that you put in your name, because on some of the platforms I'm not able to see your name, and I want to make sure that I shout out all of the supporters that we have coming in. So I have a Facebook user as it comes up on this side. Hey, so really appreciate you jumping in to Career Happy Hour tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me work out some of my branding here. Hello, everyone. So excited to have you here. So let me go ahead and pause the music. I am Lashina Recruitalina, your six-figure career brand coach, and we have another episode of Career Happy Hour. You know, we have been going for a couple of months now. It's really hard to believe that it's been as long as it's been, with all of the amazing guest co-hosts that we've had here every week. Every week we're here dishing up some nuggets that is to help those of you who are either career professionals in your 9 to 5, or you're full-time entrepreneurs, or you're a hybrid. You're a little bit of a blend of both. You're doing your 9 to 5 as well as you're doing your own business. So really appreciate you tuning in and being able to get all of the great nuggets that we are sharing with you. Let's see. We have Lisa tuning in. Hey, girl. Hey. So appreciate you. And so Pixie, really tuning in from you doing double duty, Pixie. So as we have our guest co-host tonight, I am going to give you a little bit of an introduction, because this guest co-host, I'm telling you, she is just everything. So really want to make sure that you are tuning in. We have a free gift for those that stay to the end. So please make sure that you stay to the end. And those who are catching the replay, we totally understand. Life gets in the way. Hey, my child is at a baseball game right now, and I'm tuning in from Twitch so that I can make sure that I'm there. As most of you know, I'm usually at the baseball field. But I have a commitment to making sure that you are able to tune in to Career Happy Hour, and we have our drinks in hand. So I am going to go ahead and let you know a little bit about our guest co-host for tonight. So as some of you might have seen in the promos, our guest co-host for tonight is Pixie Lee. And a little bit about Pixie is that unlike a lot of people who live in Atlanta, Pixie is actually born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia, and educated in the Cobb County school system. She obtained her degree in accounting and began her entrepreneur journey in 2010 by opening her accounting and tax firm. After things slowed down, she returned to corporate America while still running her firm on a part time basis. After going through a layoff at her job after 2 years, she was at a crossroads in her life. While at this job, two of her coworkers spoke to her that she should become a life coach. She's always been the go to person for advice and had a great listening ear. At times, she wasn't sure because she didn't want to go back to school, which is understandable, right? A lot of us feel that way. But after sitting still and researching, she found a class and became certified in one day. This is the kind of person we're talking about. One day. She didn't want to build her business the traditional way, so she wrote her first book, The Power of Purpose. Her book opened doors and connected her with people who have been instrumental in assisting her to build a life coaching business. Tapping into her writing skills, she became a ghostwriter. In 2020, she released her second book, Forgiveness is Key, and started her publishing company. She published her first collaboration project as well, titled An Anchor for the Ages. It's her goal to publish 50 new Black authors. Pixie lives by the mantra, if she takes care of God's people, God will take care of her. And when I tell you, this amazing woman right here takes care of me, oh my goodness. This is people say, Lashina, I see you at the baseball field. I see you on videos. I see you on Instagram. I see you doing your 9 to 5. How in the world are you doing all of that? And it's because as I'm pouring into people, I'm pouring into our community. I have people who are pouring into me. And when I tell you this lady right here, she pours into me. And I am so forever grateful for Pixie being in my life. Thank you so much for joining us on Career Happy Hour.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for having me, little girl.
You have been a supporter of Career Happy Hour, being in the background. You'll come in, you'll say your hays. But now we get to hear about you and all of the amazing things that you've been doing. And I'm just so grateful that after the busy day you've had,
yes, it has been that.
that you are coming to hang out with us. And Lisa said, she said, hey, Pixie, hey.
Hey, Lisa.
So a little bit, I know that I did that beautiful bio of yours, Pixie, which, it's always great to hear all of that in one spiel. But let's talk a little bit about what you're doing now, because when we talk about having your 9 to 5 and being an entrepreneur, you are rocking that. You are doing all of that. So how do you do it? What is your secret sauce? You got to tell us.
No sleep. It's just that simple. So I work in corporate America Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then I come home and I work in my stuff. Normally 6, sometimes 7, until I get sleepy, which is somewhere between 10 and 1 a.m. I've had to actually force myself to stop working past 1 a.m. so I can at least get 5.5 hours of sleep. But there have been days where I have been up and I have seen 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4:15. And, my crazy backwards behind don't do this on a day that I ain't got to be to work till 8:30. I do this on the day I got to open. So I got to be up at 6:45. So it's like, can't do that. So I have tried to incorporate certain days to do certain things. So I have an admin day. And that's when I do all of my emails and confirmations and all of that. And I do try to do that once a week, depending on the type of projects I've got on my desk and what I have coming up, maybe twice a week. I try to make sure that I carve out a day for things like this. You know, hey, I still have to show up and support other people as well. So I can't just be sitting here at the desk. I have got to get out there and not only promote me and promote my brand, but I also have to be there for my people like you, like Candy and Dr. Deborah and Chanel and Urban CEO and my mentor and my coach, Dr. Casual Pitts. So I have to make sure that I carve out that time as well, because, you know, I got some amazing people in my circle who are doing some amazing things, and I want them to know that, hey, I'm in the background rooting for you to win, just like you rooting for me to win. So, and I say all that to say the time and scheduling is key. Anybody who knows me know I go to church on Sunday. So on Sunday, I don't do no work. Don't call me. Don't email me. Don't inbox me. It is Jesus, family, and whatever sports. So during the fall, it's football. And during the spring, it's baseball. Now, when those two are not on, it's just, you know, I'm binge watching something. But I have to take that one day that I walk away from everything. Like I say, with so many projects going on and so many times that I'm already committed to 40 hours somewhere else, you got to take that one day just to regroup. Like I say, and here recently, it's been to lay down and watch TV and fall asleep and let the TV watch me.
Yes. Oh, that's just so amazing to be able to do that.
Right.
But scheduling is so key. And, you know, I think a lot of times people, you know, sometimes they look from the outside in and they're like, wow, you know, you're busy doing that. You're busy doing this. How do you do it all? And it is about making sure that you carve out time, that you schedule time, that you even cluster time. Like you said, you know, you have certain days to do certain things. And so those are some really, really great tips for anyone who's listening, who's looking on, you know, trying to figure out how can you do it all, because you're just so multi-talented. You know, it's just you have all these gifts that God has bestowed upon you, and you have to make sure that you are, you know, you're fulfilling your purpose and your mission. And I mean, and it's what's so cool about you is that, you know, with my recruiter hat on and, you know, recruiting people, usually someone that has that accounting expertise, the numbers, they're not always that creative. It's usually one or the other. For them to have both, it can happen as it happens with you, but it is a very rare. So how in the world do you think, how did you get that rarity? How is your brain operating with numbers and the creative, which is ghostwriting of all things? That takes talent.
It does. It is not easy. And let me give y'all some funny nuggets. First of all, the numbers part I came by on accident. When I turned 18, my daddy took me to the bank. We opened up my first checking and savings account. He said, you are to check your account every day. You are to make sure that your checkbook balances, you know, red pen and all. And a lot of people around me would see me at the job I was at the time. And it was like, what you doing? My budget. And I never thought about it from a business or a career standpoint. My daddy told me that you need the XYZ. So I XYZ. Graduated high school, went to college, and they was like, all right, fill this out. You know me, I'm bebopping to the financial aid office. And they was like, what's your program of study? General studies. They was like, you won't get no money. I was like, what? They was like, you have to be in a program of study to get some money. All right, cool. Give me a book. Open it up. Guess what was first? Accounting. Put me in that.
It starts with an A, huh?
ACC. It was the first one up there. So I was like, all right, that's what it is. But I got in there and I actually started enjoying the classes. And I was like, well, shoot, I do this all the time. I didn't know there was a real term for it in the accounting world. Balancing, budget, payroll, accounts payables, accounts receivables. See, let me give y'all a little lesson. Your accounts receivable, that's your paycheck or the money that you have coming in from your business. Your accounts payable, that is the things that you pay out, such as your expenses for your business and your bills. That is accounting 101. Those two must balance. And then at the end of the day, you are supposed to be in the green, net income, that part. So then, as far as ghostwriting, hated English in high school. Wasn't a big fan of it in college. Did not get an A in English until I got to college. Now that's funny. I tell people all the time, God got a sense of humor. Because the person who didn't like English has written 2 books, been in 3 collaborations, and now writes for money. If that ain't funny, I don't know what is. But the funny part is I can do both, and I do both well, and they don't interfere. So if we're talking about your taxes and your budgeting and your accounting,
just switch it on.
We flip that switch on. But when we are talking about telling your story and how you're supposed to impact the world and you're supposed to change somebody's life, then that's what we talk about.
That is some talent. That is very rare. But I hope that people hear that and realize that if there's some talent that they didn't know that they had, or they think that they might have, and they're like, oh no, I can't do that because of I'm doing X, Y, and Z. No, you can. You can explore. Just and the key word is explore it. It doesn't mean that you're going to actually do it, but just try it out. Just, take a class, or, talk to someone who has done it or is doing it, and see what they like. What do they enjoy? What, how did they even get on that path? Which is part of what Career Happy Hour is about, right? It's about being able to help tell these, what I call career stories of people and their journey in their career, and how it's not just A to B. There's a lot of zigzag along the way.
And the thing about it is, if you're exploring something, then it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to stick with it. You don't have to put a timeline on it. You can literally say that you tried this for 90 days and found out you don't like it, or you're not that good at it, or you're going to lead us to the experts. I mean, it's really that simple, or you can be like me, that say you come in as a ghostwriter, but you have somebody like Candy who opens your eyes to using that writing talent in other ways and changes your title. So when I came to the table, I was a ghostwriter. Now I sit here as a content creator. Why? Because it's not just books that I'm writing. It's emails, it's blogging, it's bios, it's resumes, it's whatever somebody needs to be written. Because why? Because I got all the words. I can tell you how to say it so it's captivating, so people are interested, so you can hook them and then go to that next level. So it could go either way. You could say, hey, I like this. Let me see how I can expand it. Or, whew, that ain't for me. Let's try something else. And a lot of people get hung up. But now let me book in this. Don't be trying something every other week. Then you got to try it to the point that you see whether or not it works or whether or not you're good at it. So, I done tried it all. I have been in MLMs. I have done water. I have done tea. I have done juice. I have done vitamins. I mean, honey, if they don't put it on what people call a pyramid, I have done credit. I have done it all. But you got to get to a point where you be like, this ain't for me. So what Pixie has figured out, those weren't for me. So I don't do them, but when people come to you and approach you about doing certain things, it's because they see something in you and they're telling you, hey, you might need to tap into this. I heard you do this. I heard you do that. I think you might be good at this. And you sitting back there saying, no. But the funny part is, whatever that person is seeing is something that you're already doing. So you're really good at it. So now the next thing that you got to ask yourself is, can I see myself making money doing this? And if the answer is yes, then maybe the next question you should ask, how often do I want to do this? Do I want to do this like part-time, or do I want to do this full-time? When you start checking off those boxes and asking yourself those important questions, you will be surprised where you end up. Because I can promise you, back in 2017 when I took this class, in all honesty, all I ever wanted to do was write my book, and I was good. People always say, I want to write one book and I'm done.
Good.
But now Taria told us you write one book to write another book. I didn't, before I met her, that was the craziest thing to me. I never heard about it. I look at all these people with all these books out, and I was like, boy, y'all got a lot to say. Not realizing, so did I. Who knew?
That is so true. And I was the same way. You know, I didn't even know that was a thing, but you know,
Right.
it really is a thing. And you made such a great point about you know, if you see something in someone, please tell them, because
Right.
it is something in the universe. It's a spirit. It's a higher power that is telling you to be a vessel to tell someone else that you see something in them. That is not for you to keep to yourself.
No.
If your spirit is telling you that you see something in someone, just like my son's baseball coach this past week, I told him, I said, I believe in giving people their flowers while they're still alive. So I'm going
Absolutely.
to tell you this. And I know sometimes people are not all that good at accepting compliments, and that's something else that we can unpack another time. But be accepting of compliments. Be accepting of people telling you that they see something in you, because you don't know if that's that little voice that is there to kind of nudge you along, and
Right.
or to give you a swift kick in the butt to say you need to be doing it.
Exactly. Get this
And that
done.
is true my story. And that's how I even became a recruiter. How I went down the path of going into HR, because someone that I worked with said, Lashina, I see something in you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about
That part, right?
those words? Wow. And up until that point, I hadn't thought about it. But when you say, have you ever thought about it? It makes your subconscious become conscious, and
Mm-hmm.
you think, oh, well, maybe I should think about that.
Right. Absolutely. I had never heard of a life coach when someone said you should be one. I looked at her and I was like, oh, okay. You know what? I heard $80,000 in student loans. And I was like, I'm good on that. But then I started dabbling in it and just reading, and, let's be honest, when we start researching stuff, the first thing we start with is what? The income. How much money can I make doing this? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's not bad. It's really good money. But again, all I heard was $80,000 in student loans. Nope,
Yeah.
not doing that. But then some time had passed. I had some friends that went through some things, and someone else who was not privy to that first conversation came back and told me the same thing. But they were more detailed in the conversation. So like you said, it was already in the back of my mind. So now this other person comes back, not only confirms what someone else has said, and then said, this is what they do. Yes, that student loan debt ain't no joke. I was like, and sometimes that's all it takes. See, we're looking for people to tell us what to do and carve out the path and give us the blueprint. But sometimes it's just your job to lay the seed. Leave it right there and let somebody else come back and water it, because it's not meant for that person to get everything from you right then and right there. What is your job is to say, Hot Pockets, this is what you need to do. And Pixie gonna go on. And then we gonna go and have conversation and hang out with our other urban CEOs and ambassadors. And then Candy gonna go by and say, girl, I told you what you need to be doing is XYZ. Well, there's the conversation, because Candy wasn't privy to what we said. So now it's your job to take the seed that's been confirmed and watered to now make it grow.
Yes.
It's really that simple.
Now you just can't be throwing out Hot Pockets and not explain to people
Listen, anybody who done been by me, I know that's not good English, y'all, but I have graduated more than once. I do know how to speak. But anybody who has been by me just one good time, know I give everybody a nickname. Everybody has a nickname. So, everybody know Sheena Short. And we call Sheena Hot Pockets because she's so cute. You could just fold her up and stick her in your pocket. But when she get mad and she blow up, she just be like, Hot Pockets. Ooh, there you go. Oh, I got a definition for everybody. Everybody.
Oh my gosh.
And make me feel good. She made me feel tall, and I ain't even 5 feet.
Aren't you?
No, ma'am, I'm 5'4". Easy. That's why I wear
okay.
That's why I wear 6-inch heels, baby, because I know I am vertically challenged. It's okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Nigeria up here. Watch out when she's mad.
Exactly. That thing get funny. And all you know how you see the cartoons and their face get red and go up like this. And then you see the steam coming out their head like this. That's Hot Pockets.
But I don't get that way often.
No, that's why you gotta duck. What they say, stop, drop, and roll. You gotta stop, drop, and roll, and duck and dodge when you do, because it's not gonna be pretty.
Right. I mean, I have very justified reasons, when my face start turning other colors. But I really adore my nickname. But it's just so funny when you explain it that way. It's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense. Absolutely.
You also name dropped about Urban CEO. So we're both Urban CEO ambassadors. And so please, give us a little context about that, because we need everybody in this community a part of Urban CEO and being an ambassador because of just the amazing things that it's doing and that we are helping it to do.
So first of all, let's talk about what Urban CEO stands for. Urban CEO means you are unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. So you don't have to be all of those, but if you are one of those, then we are looking for you. We are here to educate, to empower, and motivate our urban community and our entrepreneurs and our careerpreneurs in order to make a difference in their community. We're having our first annual block party this coming Sunday right here in Atlanta, and we would love to have you here.
Yes, we gonna, and it's the block party. You don't really hear about block parties that often, especially with what we got going on. So I really love the name of it because it brings that feeling of community together, and we're gonna all be COVID safe and social distancing and all of that. But it's just great to be, and it's a limited number who are able to attend. So it's just great to be able to get together, and that's how you and I met, is through this network, and the amount of people, like LaShawn is tuning in. I met LaShawn through the lockdown, and we have become the best of buds. And I haven't even met her in person. I mean, with you, Pixie, at least I met you in person. But exactly. I mean, it's just the community of people that we have come to meet, and then have real bonds and real friendships, and being able to be there to support each other. Like, we thick as thieves now. Like, you're not getting rid of me anytime soon. Like, no, I'm here to stay.
Absolutely. But that's exactly how I met Candy. I called her when she put up a post in Urban CEO to hire her to do my social media. And I'm going to tell y'all, whether you be looking for certain things or you're looking for one thing, God knows the void that you have, and he will always send somebody to fill that void. And she literally became my sister and my partner in crime. So yes, we get on the phone and we talk business and we talk life and we talk about TV. She done turned me on to so many TV shows, and me and her. But that's my sister. If she called me at 3:30 in the morning, she know Pixie getting up out her bed, and she gonna grab Penny and wake her up out her sleep, and we coming to see about her. And see, those are the type of relationships that are forged when you come in open-minded and open-hearted, and you meet other people. You find out that you're both from Georgia. I'm from the Big A. She from the Little A. You both raised in the church. and both got 3 kids, and we're both doing business. I mean, just so many things that we check off with each other. But she's also my come to Jesus partner. So when Pixie is down on the job and not doing what she's supposed to do, she will come and have that come to Jesus. Now, does that mean we always agree? Nope. Does it mean that everybody need to be privy to that conversation? Nope, because you will swear neither one of us met Jesus a day in our life. But that's how we communicate with each other. And then once we done with it, we hee ha ha and we laugh and we go on and do what we gotta do. Both of us know what our purpose is. Both of us know what our calling is, and we band together to make sure we reach those extra people and we change in the world one purpose at a time. While she's sprinkling a little butterfly on everything.
I love it. and you may, I want everyone to make sure that they hear this, because you met her through a networking group. That's how you met her. And look at the impact that you all have made in each other's lives. Right. And I think a lot of times we come from, I don't know, families maybe that it's like, you want to keep things so private. You don't open up to people. You don't, you network with people, but you only give them, you only open the door this much. You don't really let them in. And sometimes we also limit our growth that way. Absolutely. Not sometimes. Absolutely. A lot of the time we're limiting our growth, especially because there's sometimes in our circle that those individuals aren't at the levels that we're trying to get to. They're at the level that maybe we are, but it's only by having that network of individuals that are at those levels that we're trying to get to that you can then get there.
Right. I mean, she pours into me all the time. And, the things that she opens my eyes to, like I said, I came to the table as a ghostwriter. She helped me expand that. I came to the table tunnel vision, and she was like, no, you need to look at it big picture. And then, like, we are now part business owners in a whole TV network. And look, I can go ahead, anybody who's talked to me know that ain't never been on my spectrum. She was like, Pixie, we need a show. So I'm thinking, in my tunnel vision, smaller scale. She was like, no, girl, I'm talking about a whole network, like a whole network. We got all these shows and we got people coming to the show. And I'm going, oh, okay. Yeah. We need network. And then she was like, you need to have a magazine, because with a magazine, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. And I'm going, write books, right? What are we talking about? But the first thing she did was she put me in her magazine. So for me, I'm bam, another levels of being seen, different audience. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Candy gonna always win the fight, and she gonna put her mind to it. So when she come to you and be like, you need XYZ, just go ahead and do it. She's not gonna let it go. Not gonna let you forget it. She's not going to let you say, I don't want to do that. She's going to say, but you need to do this. And this is how you need to do this. And this is what we're going to do. Because she's going to be right there in the trenches with you, but she's going to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. So my magazine was a few weeks ago. So if you want to order you a copy, go to the Believers Ladders Magazine.com. It's $25 and get your copy. There is, and this is the funny part, how she stretched me, I stretch my dad and my uncle. So they both have columns in my magazine. I have a column in my magazine. I've got an author spotlight. Why? Because I have a publishing company. So then it's just a lot of different things that you'll be able to get out of this magazine. You will not be able to go to Kroger and stand in line and be like, I'm going to just read this while they're checking the people out. It ain't that type of magazine, but it will help you get over the hump.
Tell us the website again. I want to drop it in here. Believers Ladders.
The Believers Ladder Magazine.com.
I'm gonna make sure that I have this right. Can you give the audience a little bit of a tidbit of what it's about?
So the Believers Magazine was born during the pandemic, and just like my company, PL Publishing, and we are literally changing the way that ministry is done and how we reach people. If it's one thing that the pandemic has taught us, is that some things are going to be unnatural and they're going to be done in a different format. And you've got to be able to reach any and everybody, no matter how you reach them. So we're not only reaching people through the inspirational books that we're writing, but we're also reaching people through the magazine, because somebody may not buy my book or buy the books that we've done, but they may buy my magazine. And in that magazine, you're going to get a scripture spotlight. There's a scripture for every day of the week. And then we tie a big bow around it and give you an inspiration at the bottom of it. And then there's, in this particular issue, my uncle wrote an article about the year of the open door. That's what 2021 is. It is a year of the open door, open opportunities, and brand new paths that everyone is going to walk. Then you have an article from me, who is just telling you about how we're not going to be stuck in 2020. And although we have been plagued with a pandemic and hundreds of thousands of people who have lost their lives unto this pandemic, we still have to look forward to our future. We have to embrace what's ahead of us. We have to take the lessons that we learned in 2020 and apply them into 2021. I have a special article from a pastor in Michigan. So because I'm locally, and so are my uncle and my father, I wanted to go outside of the state of Georgia and talk to someone and see how the pandemic has impacted their church. So if you haven't gotten the theme yet, everything I do is based off church. Why? Because I'm a PK. So that's my life. That is what I have grown up in, and that's what I know. So it is a little something in there for everyone. And for kicks and giggles, as Deborah would say, there is a birthday spotlight. So we have highlighted people celebrating birthdays in March as well as April. So if you are looking for something just for inspiration, if you're looking for something just to kick back and read and enjoy, if you're looking for something that's going to help you on your daily walk or your Christian journey or your purpose-filled journey, I promise you this magazine is for you. And for the business owners who are looking to get in front of their next client, I've got places for you to put an ad in. And if you need a professional headshot, y'all need to talk to my homegirl, Lashina, so she can get that pop going.
Appreciate that plug, because I, beyond being proud of you and just all of this, and how just it's wonderful that you and your father are working together. Like, that is just so, that warms my heart. When you talk about my daddy, I'm like, I want my daddy. So I think he's kind of adopted me a little bit, because we had the most amazing photo shoot for the magazine, where I came and I did the photo shoot for you and your dad, and got your mom some glamour shots in there because she was working it. And to be able to see my photos come to life in your magazine, Pixie, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, it just warms my heart. And, I don't do photography, for everyone. Because, I have limited time. So I have to be very selective on those that I work with. And fortunately, I am able to be selective. And I don't do, weddings. I am about your brand. Whatever photography goes with bringing your brand to life, whether it's your headshots, whether it's, a magazine or, any kind of, article, but to be able to see those photos come to life, it's just so amazing. So if you don't get it for any of the other reasons that Pixie has already said, which are all amazing, then get it just to see the photography work, right?
Absolutely. And if you follow me on Instagram, you can see a small clip of some of the stuff that's in the magazine. So not only is the cover photo one that Hot Pockets did, but it's several on the inside that you can also take advantage of and be able to see. Oh, she might know what she's doing. Yeah, my girl, home, Hot Pockets.
And your Instagram I have on the scroller is at Busy Bossy Mommy, which yes. I love that name, which, it sounds like it definitely applies, because you are one busy mama.
Absolutely.
Is that how you came up with the name?
So when I was naming my company, I wanted to name my company something that did encompass me. So I am the mother to 3 wonderful children, 17, 19, 21. And then I am bossy because I am the top of the sibling pyramid. I've got 3 other siblings. And then I'm busy because, again, I told you I work corporate America, and then I run 4 companies, and then I take care of everyone in my family from my parents on down, and I take care of my friends, and then I like to have fun, and then I like to watch TV, and I like football, and I like basketball. Ta-da!
What about baseball? You left baseball out?
Yeah, I meant baseball, not basketball. I watch
Okay.
because my god brother played for the Cavs, Sexton, Colin Sexton. But, past him and my son, I don't really watch it.
Okay, yes, that is one busy mama for sure. And I know we talked about, with the topic for tonight about, when you can't find the words. What do you say when you can't find the words? And I have this happen a lot in a, the professional environment where people are, they'll reach out to me and say, "Hey, Lashina, I need to write this email, or I need to write this presentation, or I have to, put together this PowerPoint deck, and so I help coach them through some of those things, because those words, it's just so powerful. You can make or break a relationship, a business partner, any type of dynamic with your words. You can tear down or build up. And so when you don't have the words, you can be at a loss. You can lose out on business that way. You can lose out on a job that way. I've had so many people that have not gone forward in an interview process because they didn't write a thank you letter. Can you believe that? They did not, because the hiring manager said, "Hey, Lashina, did they email you to thank you or thank us for the interview?" And, I'd be trying to help them out, but, I can only help you out if you help me help you. Exactly. And it's just something that's simple. And it's not necessarily about the email as much as it talks about your character. Mm-hmm. So that's where those words are so powerful. So what would you say for those individuals who don't have the words? What do you tell them? You're like, their brain is blank. They don't even know what to say.
So the first thing you have to always do is know who you're talking to. So in the career world, when you are looking for that job, when you are looking to connect with that interview, you have to know about the person that you are trying to get to say, "Hey, I want to talk to this person. They have what I'm looking for." And the best way for you to do that is through your resume. You have to shine through in your resume, but yours has to shine through in a way that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. It doesn't blend in with everyone else's. So the first thing I want to tell you is a thesaurus is your friend. It will always give you a different word to say the same thing. Mm-hmm. There are several ways for you to say, "I am a great communicator. I possess great verbal and great nonverbal communication skills." You see how I said I possess and not I have? Everyone says I have. Not a lot of people come out the gate and say I possess. So automatically they're going, "Oh, you possess." Now they may not have heard nothing else you said behind what you possess. But what stood out in that sentence was the fact that you did not say I have. Or an even better way to say that, I exhibit great listening skills. I can, exhibit this, possess that, exude this. I'm telling you, the thesaurus is your friend. So when you write, and you don't have to thesaurus everything. So you want to figure out the word that you want to stand out. If the sentence is, "I have great listening skills, both, or I have great communication skills, both verbal and nonverbal," you don't want to thesaurus, "I have great communication skills, both verbal and nonverbal." Then you end up with this stupid sentence and they're going, "I don't even know what this means." That's not what we want to do. So you want to take the word that you want to stick out, and you want that person to know what you have, what's inside of you, what you possess, because ultimately what that is telling them, what you bring to the table. And that's how you get to the next level. So let me give y'all a great example. If anybody has ever seen the movie Legally Blonde. So you remember when she was going to when she made up in her mind she was going to law school to get Warner, she had to do the entrance application. Well, everybody else did theirs on paper, but Elle did hers through a video. Automatically, she's standing out. When the professor asked for her to apply for the summer internship, everybody had a regular resume on white paper. Hers was pink and it was scented. So when he said, it's pink. And he said, it's scented too. And so once again, she's standing out. And that's what you have to do. Now let's put on our entrepreneurship hat. In Urban CEO, I'm going to use them because that's where we met. So in Urban CEO, I can guarantee you if you talk to anybody, they will tell you, I'm a coach. Everybody is a coach. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I'm going somewhere, so just get on the train. So everybody is a coach. Some people coach in business. Some people coach in personal. But even though Taria tells everybody, don't nobody care about your title, everybody comes up with a title. Again, I'm going to talk about me. Content creator extraordinaire. So automatically you going, oh, what is one of them? Why? Because that stands out. Because if I tell you I'm a ghostwriter, now I'm just like everybody else because I ghostwrite. But I'm not like everybody else because I have all the words to make you stand out. I have the God-given natural ability to take a sentence and sprinkle a little pizzazz on it, and it's going to sound better than what it was when you gave it to me. So when you do not know what to say, what you do is you write your plain sentence, walk away from it, let it marinate, or as my best friend would say, let it swirl. Then come back, get your thesaurus, get you a good word, something that spoke out to you. Ooh, express, ooh, exude, possess. Like, I'm gonna give y'all some homework. When we get off of here, go to the thesaurus and look up the word have and get you a bunch of synonyms. And that way, the next time you have to tell somebody who you are, you're going to use one of those synonyms for the qualities and the characteristics that you have. And that's how you're going to stand out. And they're going to be like, did y'all see homegirl who came in here? Oh, does she possess awesome communication skills, both verbal and non-verbal, when communicate? That is all they're going to hear. And that's how you become memorable, because your job is to leave your stamp, but while you're still showing up as the true, authentic you.
Right. That's what we call around here your oomph. You got to put your oomph on it.
Your oomph factor. Rock it.
And one of the things that I hear a lot of people talk about is, especially here recently, is just about blogs. Blog this, you should have a blog, you can monetize your blog, you can make money from your blog, all of this about your blog. So tell us a little bit about blog writing. I mean, even for those that have maybe never thought about writing a blog, what's the value of even thinking about writing a blog?
So blogging is another way not only to get your thoughts on paper, but for you to show up and become visible to the next client. It is another way for you to be seen, but it is also a written way to tell people that you know who you are and what you do, and you are the industry expert in what you do. So listen, if I'm sitting here, and I know a lot of people hear the word blog and they hear it from like moms who are blogging about their 9-month pregnancy or their journey to their child's first birthday, or, being the stay-at-home mom. A lot of blogs are for the mom audience, but a blog can be for any audience that you are actually targeting. And a blog is another way for you to reach the next client, because you're going to set up a specific way to blog. You're going to get to a place where you are consistently blogging. So that means you're going to have to do it on a regular basis, whether some people do it once a month, twice a month, once a week, every day. Now, if you blog every day, God bless you, because I don't have enough time to do it every day. And even though we have the world of automation and we can, sit there and write 7 blogs at one time, that's a lot of information and it's like mental overload. So I never tell you to do that every day, especially if you out here changing the world the way you're supposed to be. But having a blog is another layer. And yes, if you do it correctly, you absolutely can monetize it. Not just in your business, but that's how you can reach to the influencers and get on Instagram and start getting on YouTube, because understand, everything in your business and in your brand has to work together. You can't have something out here that this do this and this do this all by itself. But all of these 4 things over here, they work together. So if you've got a business and you're trying to stay visible, but you got a YouTube page, okay, get your pens. I'm going to give you some more nuggets. So what you do is you start your blog, and let's just say you're doing your blog once a week because you have your career happy hour once a week. So on Monday, you send out your blog introducing the person that's coming up on Wednesday, and then you start increasing the people who are watching your show. Everything works together. And the only way it makes sense and the only way you're committed to doing it more than one time or more than 30 days is if it makes sense and works together. If you got something out here that's not really pushing people in the direction that you want them to go, you're going to give up on it real quickly. And that's not going to be beneficial to your business. So if y'all look back in the comments, Candy told y'all you need to try it at least 60 to 90 days in order to get some traction. So commit to doing your blog, to sending people, building your CRM. I'm giving y'all all this stuff. I really hope y'all are catching it. So you building your CRM, you doing your blog, which means you have a list of people that you're emailing or whatever in order to point them to the next direction. So if Pot Pockets is pointing you to career happy hour, then we're going to meet you here, and you never know who's going to be on here from week to week because she don't tell you ahead of time. So it's not like she can tell you who she's gonna have next week. So guess what you got to do? You got to open the blog on Monday to see who's coming next Wednesday, and then you're gonna show back up here and you're gonna say okay, and then pretty soon you've trained your mind to be consistently looking for that blog from Hot Pockets in order to what? Go to the career happy hour. See, everything has to work together.
I love it. You broke it down easy peasy, just like you always do. Make it so simple and so plain. And that's what I love about you. And for those people who are like, you know what, this sounds like it might be, this blog thing might be some of interest to me, but I have no idea where to start. That is part of the giveaway that you have. So please do share. What is your giveaway that you have for those who drop in? We're going to tell you the hashtag as soon as you tell us the giveaway.
Okay, so on Saturday, May the 1st from 1 to 5, I am giving my first blogging workshop. In this workshop, we are going to talk about the importance of having a blog, 6 reasons why you need to have a blog, and I'm going to show you how to map out a plan with your blog. So whether you don't know what to say, you don't know how to say it, you don't know how to get started, if you drop in on this workshop, I'm going to teach you step by step how to do that. And then, of course, at the end, if you want to work with me, I'm going to give you the opportunity to work with me. But, we got some Bob and some Betty, the builders, who want to DIY. So there'll be an opportunity for you to DIY and get your blog going.
I'm over here trying to type this in the message. So I was so to qualify for the giveaway, then comment in the messages with blog with Pixie. Hashtag blog with Pixie. And then we'll do the drawing. We'll give you until Friday, give you a couple of days, for those who are live to qualify, as well as those who are jumping on the replay, because we definitely want you to be able to be engaged. And because we get it, life gets in the way. You might not always be available this time on a Wednesday evening, but please make sure that you're tuning into to the replay, and then drop in hashtag blog with Pixie. That sounds like an amazing class, just to even see if it's something that you might be interested in, first of all.
Right.
And then if
And
so, it sounds like you're giving them the blueprint.
I'm going to give you the blueprint. But this the thing. Sometimes it's your job to get the blueprint to realize that you need to hire the expert. So I'm not telling you that it's not something you can do. You absolutely can do it. But by knowing what direction you're going in and how it's supposed to be done, then you can have a conversation with, we're just going to say me. You have a conversation with me and you can get a workable action plan for your blog and see how it's going to increase your traffic. Like I say, 60 to 90 days. Really, I say 90 days because depending on how often you're doing your blog, you want to make sure that you give people the opportunity to see it. You want to make sure you give it the opportunity to work. So you don't want to say, well, I did this month. Oh, didn't nobody do it.
Right.
Listen,
It's a consistency. You got to be consistent.
You have to be consistent in any and everything that you do. Consistency is key in your business. So anything that you invest in, you want to make sure that you give it the right time. Like I say, everybody jumping in these workshops, these masterminds, I hate that word, and jumping in all this, oh girl, it's overused like the word anthology. But they're coming out of that and they think, oh, I got all the answers. So no. It is simple for you to know exactly how each piece can work together in your business. So if you got a social media manager, then you can say, hey, Candy, I took this blogging workshop and I want to be able to include this on the post that you put out on XYZ day. Again, I hope y'all writing this down. So if you're blogging every Monday, so then you may tell Candy on Saturday or Sunday to put something out that points to your blog on Monday, because your blog on Monday points to something on Wednesday, which is going to refer you back to something else that I'm doing Friday. So everything is always intertwined. You never want to have something going on in your business that will not point your next client to the next step.
Absolutely. And the way that you can also think about this, even if you decide not necessarily to do it as an influencer, there's something to also being an industry expert at what you do in your career. So perhaps, let's just say that you do accounting for a company, and not necessarily as your business. You can still blog about your expertise. And guess what? Those are how recruiters sometimes find you. Let me give you a really big secret in the recruiting industry. A lot of times recruiters, in addition to the resumes that they get for a job posting, or it might be what we consider a confidential search, they will go out to different conferences and get the list of attendees, and then they can skip trace to get your contact information, or of course reach out to you on LinkedIn to tap you on the shoulder to say, hey, I got this job opportunity. Are you interested in looking at a job opportunity right now? And it could be something that came out of your blog that you have exhibited that you are an expert in what you do.
Exactly.
There's just so many different ways of being able to show that, as we talk about in Career Happy Hour. That's what I mean by staying recruitable. You're being recruited and you're visible. And guess what? It turns to profitability.
There it is. Get the bag. Get the bag. Get the bag. That is the goal in 2021, to get the bag.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Pixie, the hour has flown by as it usually does. And I knew it would, because, we can chat it up all day like we do all the time. But so grateful for you coming to Career Happy today, not just as an attendee, but as a guest co-host. It has been so amazing to hear all of the nuggets that you've been dropping, all of the tips. It sounds like everyone has gotten so much value from hearing your story, your career story. And it won't be the last time, I hope. Hopefully, we gonna bring it back around.
Child, you can send me a message at 6:50, at 6:25. My guest didn't show. I got you. No problem. We'll talk about a book next time. We never know.
Yes, because we all got stuff going on for sure. So thank you. So make sure that everyone, make sure that you do your hashtag, that you connect with Pixie on social media, on Instagram. She just has some amazing things going on. And just, just even from the spiritual perspective that, I just adore, because that's what helps keep us grounded. Regardless of what all we have going on, it helps us keep grounded and helps us to have true, authentic people in our circle. And that's what I so appreciate about you being in my circle. And I am forever, ever, ever grateful.
Love you too, girl.
Well, thank you. I am going to close us out for another episode. I so appreciate everyone who has come to join us for another episode of Career Happy Hour. It's just, hopefully that you're getting, you know, everything that you're looking for and more. That's the goal. We want to be able to exceed your expectations and the things that you're able to learn, the people that you're able to meet, the people that you're able to connect with. I just dropped in a job alert in the Facebook page today. So make sure that if you're not on our private Facebook group, it is private for a reason. This is our community, and I want us to be really connected. So that's why I didn't want to open it up to any and everybody, just drop it in spam. So there's a job alert in the Facebook group. Make sure that if you or someone you know is interested in that job posting, that you let me know. It's a great company working with a great manager that I know personally. So I know that she will set you up for success. And if you have other job opportunities that you're looking to hire for, let me know. Let's help each other. If you're looking for a job, let me know that too. Like, let's see how we can connect and we can help each other, because that's what our community is here for. Make sure that you're following also on YouTube. If you're not already a subscriber on YouTube, we need to get those subscribers up. So please help your girl out and make sure that you subscribe there, because all of the shows are also posted there. But we also have other content that we'll be getting out there as well. So many opportunities just to make sure that we're getting you valuable information. And as always, if you're looking to, up level your career brand, if you're, you need your resume refreshed and to really optimize that to work for you, or your LinkedIn profile, or your professional headshots, or anything related to your career branding. If you want to get into magazine articles or get media interviews, that's all about career branding. I am here for you to help you attract the opportunities that you want and that you need. So if you're ready for that, please make sure that you go to my website at IamReadyRecruitalina.com. IamReadyRecruitalina.com, and let's see how we might be able to work together. I am so appreciative for everyone that's here. I am absolutely obsessed with your success. Please continue to share this movement with anyone and everyone that you meet to join us at Career Happy Hour, where we want to make sure that you're staying recruitable, visible, and profitable by rocking and owning your oomph. All right, guys, that's another episode of Career Happy Hour. Make sure that you tune in next week for another amazing guest co-host and tons of great, valuable nuggets. Talk to you next week, or I'll talk to you in between next week, because I'll definitely be dropping some things in Facebook and also on the email. So really looking forward to talking to you soon. Have a great rest of your night.